English is a language that opens doors. It helps us connect with people, get better jobs, and travel the world confidently. But being fluent in English doesn't come overnight. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow. Listening to English stories is one of the best ways to learn because stories make learning fun and easy. They teach words, sentences, and ideas naturally, just like how kids learn to speak their first language. So, if you want to speak English fluently, let's dive into a story that might just change how you think about learning forever. The wind howled that night, rushing through the narrow streets of Chicago. Emily sat by her small apartment window, staring out at the glowing city lights. She had a secret that had changed her life forever, and she was about to share it with her closest friends. But first, let me take you back to where it all began. It started when Emily was 22, fresh out of college and brimming with dreams. But there was one problem: she wasn't fluent in English. Sure, she could understand it, read it, and even write a little, but speaking? That was her nightmare. Whenever she opened her mouth, words came out like puzzle pieces that didn't fit. Job interviews became disasters, conversations awkward, and her confidence plummeted. One evening, she sat alone in a park, her head buried in her hands. "Why can't I just speak like everyone else?" she whispered. That's when an old man sitting nearby chuckled softly. "You remind me of myself," he said, his voice warm but mysterious. Emily looked up, startled. The man introduced himself as Mr. Brown. "If you really want to be fluent," he said, leaning closer, "you have to fall in love with the language. Not study it. Not memorize it, fall in love with it." Emily didn't understand what he meant. She asked, "But how?" Mr. Brown smiled, pulled out a small book from his bag, and handed it to her. "Start with stories," he said. "Let them take you to places. Don't just read or listen, live them." She took the book home, opened it, and began reading aloud. The story was about a young adventurer, Jack, who traveled across the world to find a magical key. At first, Emily struggled. Words tripped over her tongue, and sentences felt heavy. But something amazing happened. As she read, she began to picture Jack's journey, his courage, his fears, his triumphs. The more she read, the more the language became alive to her. The next day, Emily found an online group where people shared and discussed English stories. Nervously, she joined and shared Jack's story. Her voice wavered, but the group listened. "That was great," someone said. For the first time, she felt her words being understood, not judged. Emily didn't stop there. She made a promise to herself every day she would listen to one English story, read one aloud, and practice speaking about it. She found stories about love, adventure, history, and even horror. The more stories she consumed, the more her fluency grew. Words that once felt foreign began to feel like old friends. One night, while listening to a podcast story about a young woman who conquered her fears, Emily realized something: stories weren't just helping her learn English, they were helping her rediscover herself. She started to write her own stories, combining her dreams and experiences. One of her favorite tricks was shadowing. She would play a podcast and repeat every word and sentence, trying to match the speaker's tone and rhythm. At first, it felt silly, but soon, it became second nature. Another secret she discovered was to focus on phrases, not individual words. Instead of learning words like run fast or track separately, she learned phrases like run fast on the track. This made her sound more natural and fluent. But Emily's greatest discovery came during a road trip. She had downloaded a story called The Curious Life of Ellie, a tale about a girl who learned to embrace her flaws. As the car sped down the highway, Emily found herself speaking to her friend, Alex, about the story. She didn't realize until later that she had been speaking fluently the entire time. Her friend, amazed, said, "How did you do it?" Emily laughed and said, "I stopped trying to speak perfectly. I just started telling stories." Fast forward to today, Emily has become a motivational speaker, helping others overcome their fear of English. Her secret? Stories? If you're still here, I want you to remember this: fluency isn't about perfection. It's about connection. It's about finding joy in the process, like Emily did. So pick up a story, listen to it, live it, and share it. Your fluency journey is waiting to begin. Before I go, here's a thought: the words you're afraid to say today might become someone's favorite story tomorrow. If this inspired you, don't forget to like and share this story. Let's spread the magic of fluency together. Do you know where the best conversations start? Is it in a grand hall, on a busy street, or in a big meeting? No. It starts at home. Have you thought about this before? The home is the first place where we learn to talk. It is where we first share our feelings, our thoughts, and our dreams. Now, let's explore this step by step, shall we? At home, there is no need to be shy. You can be yourself. Do you remember the first word you ever said? Maybe it was mama or papa. That small word made someone smile. It showed that you could express yourself. Words are powerful, aren't they? Think of the dinner table. It is not just a place to eat. It is a place to talk. Families share stories about their day. Maybe dad tells a funny story from work. Maybe your little sister talks about her drawing. What do you like to share at the dinner table? Talking at home is not just about sharing stories. It is about learning too. When you ask questions, you learn new things. If you ask, "Why is the sky blue?" someone might explain. If you ask, "How does this work?" someone might teach you. Do you like asking questions? Sometimes there are serious talks at home. For example, when someone is sad, others try to help. They say kind words. They listen. Talking can make us feel better. Do you think listening is as important as speaking? Let's think about when there are problems at home. Maybe someone forgot to clean up. Maybe there was an argument. How do families solve these problems? They talk. They say, I'm sorry, they say. Let's fix this. Talking can make things better, don't you think? And talking at home can also be fun. Imagine laughing over a silly joke or playing a word game. What games do you play at home? Laughter and words can bring people closer. They can turn a bad day into a good one. Do you agree? Now, let's talk about how talking at home can help in other places. When you practice speaking at home, you become better at speaking outside. You learn how to express yourself. You gain confidence. Have you ever felt braver after a good talk at home? Sometimes people don't feel like talking. That's okay too. Quiet moments can be nice. But if you feel sad or lonely, talking helps. You can say, I need to talk, someone will listen. Does this idea make you feel warm inside? Talking is not just about words. It is about showing love and care. When mom says, good job, it feels nice, right? When dad says, I'm proud of you, it feels great. Let's keep going. Talking at home is not just for family members. It can include everyone living there. Maybe a cousin, a grandparent, or even a close friend. Do you have someone special at home to talk to? Think about morning time. When you wake up, someone might say, good morning, how does that make you feel? Those two simple words start the day with kindness. Do you say good morning back? It's a small way to show you care. Now think about the evening. After a long day, everyone comes back home. This is a good time to ask, how was your day? It's nice to hear stories about school, work, or fun events. Do you share your day too? It feels good when someone listens, doesn't it? Let's imagine a little more. What happens when a new member joins the family, like a baby or a pet? Everyone gathers to talk about names, care, and love. Talking helps everyone feel involved. Have you ever helped name a pet or a toy? Sometimes talking can teach lessons. Imagine your mom or dad telling a story about their childhood. Maybe it's about a funny mistake they made or a lesson they learned. These stories make you think. What is the best story you've heard at home? Let's not forget celebrations. Birthdays, holidays, or special days are filled with talks, laughter, and joy. At these times, everyone gathers. They say things like, Happy birthday or congratulations. What is your favorite celebration at home? Talking at home also helps solve puzzles in life. If you don't understand homework, who do you ask? Maybe an older sibling or a parent. They explain, and suddenly, the puzzle becomes clear. Isn't that helpful? Even during quiet times, talking can happen in little ways. A smile, a nod, or a simple yes or no says a lot. Do you think actions can speak like words? Now, Let's talk about showing respect while speaking. When someone else is talking, we listen. We wait for our turn to speak. This shows we care about their words. Do you think listening shows kindness? Sometimes people don't agree at home. That's normal. Maybe you want to watch one show and someone else wants another. What happens next? You talk. You find a solution, like taking turns. Talking helps, right? Now let me ask you a big question. What would happen if no one talked at home? It would feel empty, wouldn't it? Words bring life to a home. They connect people. They make everyone feel they belong. Do you think so too? Did you know that talking at home can create traditions? Think about bedtime stories. Maybe someone reads to you every night. Maybe you say goodnight in a special way. Like sweet dreams, these little habits become family traditions. Do you have any traditions like this? Talking also builds memories. Imagine sitting together and looking at old photos. Someone might say, "This was your first birthday," or "This was the day we went to the park." Sharing these stories brings smiles. What's your favorite family memory? Sometimes words at home can inspire you. Maybe your mom says, "You can do it," or your dad says, "I believe in you." These words make you feel strong. Have you ever felt brave because of someone's words? Let's think about sharing feelings. When you are happy, you say, "I'm so excited." When you are sad, you say, "I feel bad today." Talking helps others understand how you feel. They can cheer you up or celebrate with you. Do you think sharing feelings makes you closer? Now, what about special words like thank you and please? These words show respect and kindness. If someone helps you, you say, "Thank you." If you need something, you say, "Please." These simple words keep a home happy. Do you use these words often? Imagine someone new visiting your home, like a friend or neighbor. Talking with them makes them feel welcome. You might say, "Come in," or "How are you?" Your words can make someone feel part of the family. Isn't that nice? Talking is also about learning from each other. Maybe your grandparent teaches you a recipe. Maybe your sibling shows you a new game. Sharing ideas helps everyone grow. What's the last thing you learned at home? Sometimes, home is where big dreams begin. You might say, "I want to be an artist," or "I want to travel the world." Family members listen and support you. They might say, "Go for it," or "You'll do great." Have you shared your dreams at home? Talking also helps build teamwork. Imagine cleaning the house together. Someone says, "Let's start with the kitchen," and everyone agrees. Working together becomes fun when you talk. Do you like helping at home? Finally, talking at home creates a feeling of safety. When someone says, "I'm here for you," it feels comforting. You know you are not alone. Do you feel safe when someone listens to you? Wonderful. Let's dive even deeper into how talking at home shapes our lives. Have you ever noticed how every home has its own way of talking? Some homes are full of jokes and laughter, others are calm and quiet. Your home has its own special language too. What's the vibe in your home? Talking at home also teaches us how to deal with emotions. Imagine you are angry because something went wrong. Someone might say, "Let's talk about it." They help you calm down and find a solution. Talking helps emotions feel lighter. Has this ever happened to you? What about the small talks we often forget? Like when someone says, "Do you need help?" or "What would you like to eat?" These little questions show care. They remind us that someone is thinking about us. Do you enjoy these small talks? Let's think about laughter again. Funny moments often happen at home. Maybe someone tells a silly joke or something unexpected makes everyone giggle. Laughter connects people. Can you remember a time when you laughed so much your stomach hurt? Talking at home can also be creative. Imagine making up a story with your family. One person starts, "Once upon a time," and everyone adds a part. It becomes a funny, magical, or exciting tale. Have you ever done this? Sometimes, talking means sharing big news. Maybe someone says, "We're going on a trip," or "Guess what? I got a new job." These moments bring joy and excitement. What's the happiest news you've heard at home? Now let's talk about how we show kindness through words. Saying "I'm sorry" can fix a hurt feeling. Saying "I love you" makes someone feel special. Kind words are like little gifts. Do you agree that words can be gifts? Talking at home also teaches us about respect. Imagine two people want different things. Instead of shouting, they talk. They say, "Let's find a way that works for both of us." Talking with respect makes everyone feel heard. Have you seen this happen? There's another way we talk at home with stories. Stories about family, about traditions, or even about things long ago. These stories connect the past to the present. Maybe your parents or grandparents share them. Do you like hearing family stories? Let's not forget about secrets. At home, we might whisper a surprise like, "Don't tell Mom we got her a gift." Secrets at home can be fun when they're about good surprises. What's the best secret you've kept? Talking at home also helps us grow. When someone says, "You did a great job," it builds confidence. When they give advice, like "Keep trying, you'll get it," it teaches patience. Have words at home ever helped you grow? Let's talk about saying thank you at home. Imagine someone makes your favorite meal. Saying, "Thank you for the food" shows you care about their effort. Kind words can make someone smile. Do you notice how thank you makes people happy? What about dreams? At home, you can share your biggest dreams without fear. Maybe you say, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to write a book. Your family listens and encourages you. They might say, you can do anything if you try what's a dream you've shared. Now think about how we talk to solve problems. If something breaks, someone might say, let's fix it together. If there's an argument, someone might say, let's find a way to understand each other. Words help us find solutions. Have you seen problems solved this way? Talking at home also helps us learn about each other. Maybe your sibling loves drawing. Maybe your parent enjoys gardening. By talking, you discover things you didn't know before. Have you learned something new about someone at home? Let's imagine the power of encouraging words. Picture this: you're nervous about trying something new. A family member says, you've got this. Suddenly, you feel braver. Words like these can lift you up. Can you remember a time when words made you feel strong? Sometimes, talking at home means saying sorry. Maybe you made a mistake or hurt someone's feelings. Saying, I'm sorry helps heal that hurt. It shows you care about making things better. Do you find it easy to say sorry? Now think about special phrases your family uses. Maybe your mom always says, be safe when you leave the house. Maybe your dad says, proud of you after you do something good. These words stay in your heart forever. Do you have special phrases like that? What about quiet talks before bed? Maybe someone says, good night, sleep well. These words make you feel calm and ready to rest. Talking at the end of the day is like closing a book on today's story. Do you enjoy bedtime talks? Let's talk about how home is a safe place to express yourself. If you're upset, you can say, I need a hug. If you're excited, you can say, guess what happened today at home? You don't have to hide your feelings. Do you feel safe to share your feelings? Finally, let's imagine a home without talking. It would feel lonely, wouldn't it? Words fill a home with love, laughter, and connection. Talking brings life to a house. It makes it a true home. Do you agree?